You've spent your whole life eating your vegetables because everyone said they're good for you. But what if I told you some of them might be silently hurting you after 60? That salad you love, that stir-fry you make for dinner, it could be making your joints ache, your belly bloat, and your energy drop. Today, I'll show you 3 vegetables you should never touch again, and 3 you must eat to stay sharp, strong, and full of life. Not all vegetables are created equal, especially as we age. What once helped your body thrive at 30 might now trigger joint pain, blood sugar spikes, or digestive issues at 60. In this video, we'll walk through 3 vegetables you should remove from your plate, and 3 powerful ones that can help you feel younger, move better, and protect your health naturally. Everything is backed by science, made simple, and focused on what really works for older adults. As we get older, our bodies change in ways most people don't talk about. Digestion slows down, inflammation creeps in, and some foods that used to be harmless, or even healthy, start doing more harm than good. You might notice that your joints feel stiff after dinner, or that your stomach bloats even when you're eating clean. The truth is, not every vegetable is right for every stage of life. Especially after 60, certain veggies can trigger blood sugar spikes, gut irritation, or even worsen inflammation. But here's the good news. The right vegetables can do the opposite. They can soothe your joints, stabilize your energy, sharpen your mind, and even protect your heart. You just need to know which ones to avoid and which ones to make part of your daily meals. So today, we're diving into the 3 vegetables you should cut out and the 3 you should start eating more of. Your body will thank you. Now let's talk about the vegetables that could be silently making your health worse. You've probably heard the phrase, "eat the rainbow." And for years, maybe you did. Bright-colored veggies, big salads, steamed sides with dinner. But here's what most people don't realize. As we age, our bodies react differently. What's healthy for a 30-year-old might trigger pain, bloating, or fatigue at 65. Some vegetables contain natural chemicals that irritate the gut, inflame the joints, or spike your blood sugar. Things your younger body could handle. But now, not so much. So let's reveal the first one. A vegetable many people think is heart-healthy. But for older adults, it's often a hidden trigger. First, eggplant, the surprising vegetable that could be hurting your joints. Margaret had just turned 68 when she decided to take control of her health. She stocked her fridge with what she believed were the healthiest foods: berries, fish, leafy greens, and lots of eggplant. "It's full of fiber and antioxidants," her friend told her. So, 3 times a week, she grilled slices of eggplant with olive oil, adding them to salads and sandwiches. But soon after, something strange started happening. Her knees, which had been relatively quiet for years, began to throb again. Getting out of bed in the morning became a slow, painful routine. She assumed it was just age catching up. Until one day, she skipped the eggplant for a week, and just like that, the pain eased. Eggplant, also known as aubergine, is one of those vegetables that carries a health halo, and in many ways, it deserves it. It's rich in fiber, which supports digestion and satiety. It contains nasunin, a powerful antioxidant that helps protect brain cell membranes from damage. It's low in calories, just about 20 calories per cup, and high in manganese, a mineral that plays a role in bone health and metabolism. For younger adults, or those without inflammatory conditions, eggplant can be a helpful addition to meals. But here's the catch. Eggplant belongs to the nightshade family, which includes tomatoes, peppers, and white potatoes. These vegetables contain a natural compound called solanine. In sensitive individuals, especially those with arthritis or autoimmune disorders, solanine can irritate the gut lining and increase joint inflammation. For older adults, whose bodies are often already managing age-related inflammation, this added trigger can tip the scales toward chronic discomfort. So what can you do if you love eggplant? The key is moderation and preparation. First, if you're over 60 and struggling with joint pain or digestive sensitivity, try eliminating eggplant for 2 to 3 weeks and track how your body responds. If you notice less stiffness or bloating, that's your answer. Second, if you choose to keep eggplant in your diet occasionally, make sure it's well cooked. Cooking can reduce some of the solanine content, making it easier on the digestive system. Avoid fried eggplant. Opt for baked, roasted, or grilled with heart-healthy olive oil. Here's a simple swap. Instead of using eggplant slices for lasagna or burgers, try grilled zucchini or portobello mushrooms. They offer a similar texture with less risk of inflammation. Or, if you're craving the flavor, pair a small serving of cooked eggplant with anti-inflammatory herbs like turmeric or fresh parsley to help balance the effects. Mayo and ho tu BAKC. Ethan Wells. I always tell my patients this. Just because it's a vegetable doesn't mean it's automatically good for everyone. After 60, your body has different needs and sensitivities. Eggplant may work for some, but if your joints are flaring up, don't ignore the signs. One simple food swap could change how you feel every single day. So, if you've been adding eggplant to your meals thinking it's helping you age better, but instead you're waking up sore and stiff, it might be time to listen to your body. Now that we've uncovered one veggie that might be doing more harm than good, let's keep going. The next one is even more popular, and it's sitting in almost every kitchen across America. Let's talk about corn and why it may not be the golden grain you think it is. Second, corn, the sweet comfort that's secretly spiking your blood sugar. For James, 72, corn was a staple. Creamed corn with roast chicken, corn on the cob at summer barbecues, a small bowl of corn chowder on chilly nights. It reminds me of my childhood, he used to say. But after a routine checkup revealed his blood sugar was creeping toward pre-diabetic levels, his doctor suggested cutting back on simple carbs. James was confused. He barely ate sweets. It wasn't until a nutritionist reviewed his food journal that the culprit became clear. Corn. Within 1 month of cutting it out, James dropped 18 points on his fasting glucose test. And he had more energy, less brain fog, and fewer sugar crashes. Corn is one of the most consumed vegetables in the U.S., but nutritionally, it's closer to a starch than a vegetable. 1 cup of corn contains about 30 grams of carbohydrates and 6 grams of sugar. That's more than a slice of white bread. It also ranks high on the glycemic index, meaning it can cause your blood sugar to spike quickly after eating. For older adults, especially those with insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes, that spike can lead to fatigue, weight gain, or long-term blood sugar issues. But that's not all. Most corn in the U.S. is genetically modified and may be heavily treated with pesticides. While the science on GMO safety is still debated, for people over 60 with sensitive systems, reducing exposure to processed or chemically treated foods is often a smart move. Now, let's talk about how corn shows up on your plate. It's not just on the cob. It's in cornmeal, cornflakes, tortillas, popcorn, corn syrup, and even salad dressings. So it's not just about skipping the corn at dinner. It's about becoming aware of how often it sneaks into your diet. If you're looking for smart swaps, here are a few. Instead of corn chips, try whole grain crackers made from quinoa or flax seed. Instead of creamed corn, try sautéed cauliflower with garlic. It's creamy, comforting, and blood sugar friendly. And if you love popcorn as a snack, switch to air-popped and skip the butter and salt. Better yet, try roasted chickpeas or sliced almonds for a crunchy, fiber-rich alternative. Mayo no tu bak si. Ethan Wells. Many seniors don't realize that corn behaves more like sugar than a vegetable. I always say, watch how you feel an hour after eating it. If you're sleepy, bloated, or craving more food, that's your blood sugar talking. Swapping out corn for high-fiber, lower glycemic veggies can make a world of difference in how you feel. So the next time you're building a plate, ask yourself, am I choosing foods that fuel me or foods that drain me? Corn may seem harmless, but for many people over 60, it's a sneaky source of sugar that adds up fast. And we're not done yet. The next vegetable is one you've probably used in every colorful stir-fry and salad. But for many seniors, it's causing more discomfort than they realize. Let's move on to bell peppers and why they might not belong in your fridge after 60. Third, bell peppers, the colorful culprit. Behind your bloating and discomfort. Linda, 66, took pride in eating clean. Her fridge was a rainbow: green spinach, red tomatoes, yellow squash, and her favorite, bright, crispy bell peppers. Every morning, she'd toss chopped peppers into her omelet, and in the evening, slice them raw for her salad. But despite her healthy habits, she couldn't shake the constant bloating, gassiness, and that uncomfortable feeling that her food just wasn't digesting right. At first, she blamed dairy, then gluten. But after working with a dietitian, she removed bell peppers, and within days, she felt dramatically lighter and more comfortable. "I never suspected the peppers," she said. "They always looked so harmless." Bell peppers are indeed beautiful. They're rich in vitamin C. 1 cup of raw red bell pepper contains over 150% of your daily recommended value. They're also packed with antioxidants like beta-carotene and quercetin, which help support immune health and may reduce oxidative stress. For many people, especially younger adults with strong digestion, they're a great addition to any diet. But for those over 60, the story can be different. Bell peppers are another member of the nightshade family, which means they contain compounds like lectins and capsaicin. While these aren't dangerous in small amounts, they can irritate the gut lining, especially in older adults with slower digestion or underlying gastrointestinal sensitivity. That bloating you feel after a salad? It might not be the dressing. It might be the peppers. Another issue? Bell peppers are often eaten raw, which means their tough skins and insoluble fibers hit your digestive tract without being broken down. As we age, our bodies produce less stomach acid, making it harder to digest raw, fibrous vegetables. This can lead to gas, bloating, and discomfort that lingers long after a meal. But here's the good news. You don't have to give up bell peppers completely. If you love the flavor, try roasting or steaming them first. Cooking helps soften the fibers, reduce the lectin content, and make them easier to digest. Another tip: remove the skin after roasting for even gentler digestion. You can also experiment with milder substitutes like roasted carrots or zucchini, which give you color and texture without the digestive load. Dr. Ethan Wells' tip: raw veggies aren't always the healthiest option for seniors, especially bell peppers. If your gut feels off, don't power through it. Sometimes, it's not about eating more healthy foods. It's about choosing the right ones, prepared the right way for your age. So, next time you're reaching for those colorful slices, pause and listen to your body. If bell peppers leave you feeling bloated, heavy, or sluggish, you're not alone, and you're not crazy. Your body is just telling you it's time for a gentler choice. Now that we've covered the 3 vegetables you may want to avoid after 60, It's time to shift gears and talk about the vegetables that can do wonders for your body. Up next, the 3 powerhouse veggies that can fight inflammation, protect your heart, and help you feel strong and balanced every single day. Let's dive in. Now that you know which vegetables might be secretly dragging your health down, let's flip the script. Because not all veggies are bad news. In fact, some can be game changers. After 60, your body craves support, nutrients that fight inflammation, protect your heart, sharpen your mind, and keep your muscles working the way they used to. And the right vegetables? They can do all that, and more. These aren't trendy superfoods or exotic greens. They're simple, everyday vegetables backed by science and real-world results. Foods that help older adults feel stronger, clearer, and more energized. So let's start with one of the most powerful, affordable, and overlooked greens on the planet. First, spinach, the leafy green that strengthens you from the inside out. When Barbara turned 70, she started noticing small changes. Slower mornings, more stiffness in her legs, and a general feeling of fatigue that she couldn't shake. Her doctor told her everything looked normal for her age, but she refused to accept that being tired and weak was the new standard. After reading about the power of leafy greens, she committed to adding just 1 cup of steamed spinach to her daily lunch. 3 weeks later, Barbara didn't just feel better, she felt alive again. Her energy picked up, her digestion improved, and she even returned to her morning walks with her neighbor. Spinach isn't just a salad filler. It's one of the most nutrient-dense vegetables available, especially valuable for people over 60. Just 1 cup of cooked spinach provides nearly 20% of your daily magnesium needs, over 500 micrograms of vitamin K, and generous doses of iron, calcium, folate, and antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin. These nutrients are essential for maintaining muscle function, supporting bone density, and protecting brain health. What makes spinach especially powerful for seniors is its effect on the nervous and circulatory systems. The magnesium in spinach supports nerve signaling and muscle relaxation, helping reduce nighttime cramps and improve sleep. The iron supports red blood cell production, helping you fight fatigue. And the vitamin K and calcium work together to strengthen bones and lower the risk of fractures, something every older adult should keep an eye on. Spinach is also one of the best natural sources of lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 antioxidants that concentrate in the eyes and help protect against age-related macular degeneration, a leading cause of vision loss in older adults. So, in a single serving, you're not just feeding your body, you're preserving your mobility, your vision, and your independence. Now, let's talk about how to use spinach effectively. First, cook it lightly. While raw spinach is fine occasionally, cooking it reduces oxalates, natural compounds that can interfere with calcium absorption and may contribute to kidney stones in sensitive individuals. Steaming, sautéing, or wilting spinach with a teaspoon of olive oil enhances absorption of its fat-soluble vitamins like A and K. You can also stir spinach into soups, blend it into smoothies, or layer it into omelets. It cooks down significantly, so a handful that looks big raw becomes a manageable, nutrient-packed portion when cooked. For a simple anti-inflammatory lunch, sauté 1 cup of spinach with garlic, add a soft-boiled egg on top, and finish with a pinch of sea salt and pepper. Dr. Ethan Wells's tip: spinach is what I call a silent healer. It doesn't just give you one benefit, it supports nearly every system in the body. I recommend cooked spinach at least 3 to 4 times per week for my older patients, especially those dealing with fatigue, eye issues, or muscle loss. So, if you're feeling a little slower than you'd like, if your legs cramp at night, or if your energy dips around 3 p.m., try a simple plate of sautéed spinach. It's not magic, It's just good, honest nutrition doing its job. Now let's keep this momentum going. The next vegetable might not be everyone's favorite as a kid, but for people over 60, it's a detoxifying powerhouse that can protect your heart, improve digestion, and help your cells fight back against disease. Let's talk about broccoli and why it absolutely deserves a place on your plate. Second, broccoli, the detox defender your body deserves. After 60, Frank, 75, used to hate broccoli. He remembered it as the mushy, bland side dish from his childhood that nobody wanted. But after a heart scare sent him to the ER last spring, he decided to take his diet seriously. At the advice of his cardiologist, he gave broccoli another chance, this time lightly steamed and tossed with garlic and olive oil. Within weeks, Frank wasn't just recovering, he was thriving. His digestion improved, his cholesterol dropped, and even his skin looked clearer. Turns out broccoli wasn't the problem. It was how I was cooking it, he laughed. Broccoli may not be flashy, but it's one of the most powerful vegetables you can eat, especially as you age. It's packed with sulforaphane, a compound shown to support liver detoxification, fight oxidative stress, and reduce inflammation throughout the body. That's especially important after 60, when your body's natural detox systems begin to slow down, and exposure to chemicals, medications, or even everyday pollutants starts to take a heavier toll. 1 cup of cooked broccoli provides over 100% of your daily vitamin C, along with strong amounts of vitamin K, folate, potassium, and fiber. The fiber in broccoli not only improves digestion, but helps regulate cholesterol and blood sugar, critical markers for heart and metabolic health in older adults, and its antioxidant profile helps protect cells from damage that accelerates aging. But sulforaphane is the real hero. This sulfur-rich compound activates enzymes in the liver that help the body break down toxins, flush out excess estrogen, and even slow the growth of certain cancer cells. It's also been linked to improved brain function, especially in older adults facing memory decline or cognitive fatigue. So yes, broccoli isn't just a vegetable. It's a full-body defender. The best way to use broccoli in your daily life? Steam it lightly. Don't boil it to death. Steaming for 3 to 4 minutes preserves most of the sulforaphane and keeps the texture pleasant. You can also roast it with a bit of avocado oil, add it to stir-fries, or even blend it into a creamy broccoli soup with bone broth and a dash of turmeric. Try this simple prep. Toss 1 cup of broccoli florets with a tablespoon of olive oil, sprinkle on some garlic powder and sea salt, and roast at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. Add a squeeze of lemon at the end for brightness and extra vitamin C. Dr. Ethan Wells's tip: broccoli is nature's broom. It sweeps your system clean. I tell my patients to aim for 4 servings a week, especially if they take multiple medications or live in urban environments. You want your detox pathways working with you, not against you. So, if you've been overlooking broccoli because of old habits or bad memories, it might be time for a fresh start. Your heart, liver, and even your brain will thank you for it. Now, let's finish strong. The last vegetable on our list is sweet, crunchy, and often overlooked as a health food. But it holds the key to sharper vision, stronger immunity, and a natural glow that lasts. Let's talk about carrots, and why they're more than just a snack for kids. Third, carrots, the sweet root, that protects your vision, skin, and immunity. After 60, Helen, 71, always believed in natural remedies, but she didn't think something as simple as a carrot could actually make a difference. She'd been struggling with blurry vision and dry skin, small annoyances that seemed to come with age. But after her daughter suggested she add raw carrots to her meals 3 times a week, Helen gave it a try. Just a few weeks later, her eye checkup showed a slight improvement in visual sharpness, and her skin looked more hydrated and vibrant. "I didn't change anything else," she said, "just carrots, and I could actually feel the difference." Carrots are often dismissed as basic or boring, but for people over 60, they're a nutritional powerhouse. The main reason? Beta-carotene, a compound that converts to vitamin A in the body. Vitamin A is essential for maintaining healthy vision, especially night vision, and it supports immune function and skin regeneration. Just one medium carrot provides over 200% of your daily recommended intake of vitamin A. But the benefits don't stop there. Carrots are also rich in lutein, another antioxidant known for protecting the retina from damage and reducing the risk of age-related macular degeneration. This is especially important as vision decline becomes more common after 60. On top of that, carrots contain fiber, vitamin K1, potassium, and antioxidants that reduce oxidative stress and support heart health. One overlooked benefit of carrots for older adults is how they help regulate blood sugar. While they're slightly sweet, carrots have a low glycemic index, meaning they won't cause a sharp spike in blood sugar. This makes them a great snack or side for people managing prediabetes or type 2 diabetes. Now, let's talk practical use. Carrots are one of the most versatile vegetables out there. You can eat them raw with hummus or a light dip, shred them into salads, roast them with a touch of olive oil, or blend them into smoothies or soups. One great option? Roast 1 cup of chopped carrots with a sprinkle of cinnamon and a drizzle of olive oil at 375 degrees Fahrenheit for about 25 minutes. It brings out their natural sweetness and makes for a perfect side dish. Want an even easier tip? Keep baby carrots in your fridge for a quick, crunchy snack between meals. They're fiber-rich, satisfying, and take 0 prep time. Dr. Ethan Wells' tip. Carrots are one of my go-to recommendations for seniors. Not only do they support eye health and skin repair, but they also help build a strong immune defense. I suggest eating them at least 3 times a week, ideally both raw and cooked, to get the full spectrum of benefits. So if you're looking for one simple, affordable change to support your vision, boost your immunity, and add a little glow to your skin, grab a carrot. Or better yet, make it part of your routine. Now that you've seen the 3 vegetables you should avoid, and the 3 you absolutely must include after 60, you have the tools to start building a plate that doesn't just feed you, it fuels you. But before we wrap up, let's hear one final thought from Dr. Wells on how to put this all into action, day by day. If there's one thing I've learned after decades of working with older adults, it's this. You don't need to do everything. Just do something and do it every day. The path to living longer, stronger, and with more joy isn't built on drastic change or expensive treatments. It's built on consistency. 1 more glass of water, 1 more walk around the block, 1 more bowl of leafy greens. These aren't big changes, but over time, they create big results. The truth is, your body is still listening to you. At 60, 70, even 90, your body is constantly adjusting and responding to the choices you make. When you feed it right, move it gently, rest it fully, and connect it to purpose, your health improves. Your mood lifts. Your memory sharpens. I always tell my patients, you are never too old and it's never too late. Every day is a fresh opportunity to feel better and live better. So here's my advice. Pick just one thing from this video that felt meaningful to you. Maybe it's cutting back on sugar. Maybe it's adding 10 minutes of walking. Maybe it's calling someone you haven't spoken to in a while. Write it down. Start today. Because the secret to living to 100 isn't magic. It's momentum. And the first step doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to begin. Now that you've seen all 10 habits, I hope one of them spoke to you. Remember, you don't have to change everything overnight. Just one small step, done daily, can change the way you feel, move, and live. If this video gave you clarity, encouragement, or even just one helpful idea, give it a thumbs up. And if you want more content designed specifically for your stage of life, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. In the comments, let us know. What's one habit you're going to start this week? You deserve to feel strong, clear-minded, and purposeful. Not just today, but for decades to come. This is Smart Seniors, and we're here to help you live better. One wise choice at a time. See you in the next video.